Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to Homestead Happenings. As you can see, I'm back at the blade sharpener. These aren't my blades though. I'm sharpening these up for my buddy Jason. He needed some blade sharpened. I sent him one of my blades that I had already sharpened so that he could keep milling if he needed to. Well, I got these taken care of for him. But let's come around. Oh. Sorry guys, I know that I spin you up. I'm gonna turn this off for now and I'm gonna come back to it. I know I spin your eyes around a lot on these homestead happenings and I apologize for that. But today we're gonna be talking about, get you out of the sun. We're gonna be talking about livestock again. And unfortunately, Missy had to deal with some livestock loss, which is, it's sad. It's always sad when you're raising animals and they just die. But it is part of homesteading and part of farming. But let's show you these guys because they are doing just fine. Let's take a look. Hey, Mama Rabbit. Hi, Mama. Hi there. Want to say hi to the people? Hi. Look at guys. They're all scared. They haven't gotten used to us yet, but they're doing just fine in here. Hi. This is one's my favorite. Look at it. All pretty white with a little gray. They run around in here, but as soon as we come around, they scurry for their safe place. Mama's taking good care of them. Hey, Mama. Well, I touched your babies. Here. Yeah, that's right. So, those guys are doing just fine here on the homestead, thriving, and we're going to be moving this hutch over with the other bunnies very shortly. Might even try and do that today. We'll see. A lot of projects to get done before I actually hit the road again. So, I wanted to tell you guys. Look, it's still there. Can you see it? See it moving? That deer was here last night. It was bedded down right there where it's sleeping, and it's back again. It's back again to bed down. Can you guys see that? Oh, let's see if I can zoom in. That's her bed down spot. She hangs out with the chickens. Oh my goodness. Did you see that, guys? Did you see it? I'll try and zoom in editing, but now I'm gonna be quiet because there's a small grove of oaks back here. So she's staying right in this area. But last night we were sitting and we were having our evening chat after dinner, and Missy looked out and she said, hey, there's something over there by the wood pile. I can see it moving. Oh, you can see it. See it right there now? See it? That's about a year old, maybe year and a half old deer. Looks nice and healthy though. Very healthy. And is happy to be here on the homestead. Wow. That's awesome. Did you see that, Missy? I did. Awesome. Missy's prepping some meals for me for being on the road. But that's wild game. We consider that livestock here on the homestead because anything that we've got going on has benefits, and having deer right there in my wood line, that's a benefit come hunting season. And actually, our fencing has been doing really well, but I think I touched on it before. We had a wild rabbit. It got in here somewhere, and I'm going to show you guys. The surroundings are mostly enclosed, but you can see right here, right there, where the two gates come together. I think that they can slip in right there. But we put that wild rabbit in the freezer, so we'll be cooking that up soon. And I'll let you guys know how that tasted. But we're over here at the teenagers now, and they are getting so big. Let's see if we can sneak in there and take a peek at them. Hey, teenager bunny. Hi, guys. Look at them all. They are doing just fine, and they're more used to us now. We can reach in, we can pat them. They're doing fantastic. They'll be going to freezer camp pretty soon, unless somebody wants a live bunny. But also, we're going to do a trade, I think, with Jason and Tara. Originally, we were going to do another doe. So we had 2 does and a buck. So we could change our bloodline a little bit here on the homestead. But if we come over here, you can see, guys, this hutch is empty. That was Bill's home. That's where Bill lived. And he was doing fine as much as we could tell. But Missy came out to do chores one morning, and yeah, Bill had expired. We don't know how old Bill was. He seemed pretty healthy. We had taken care of any health risks that he had. He was getting plenty of food, plenty of water. It's a mystery as to what happened with him. Now, maybe he just was an old rabbit and it was his time. Maybe, because they're right against the wood line here, maybe a predator came in and scared him, because rabbits are very susceptible to stress, and too much stress will kill a rabbit. You have to be very careful about their environment. Like, if one of the teenagers got loose, if I was to chase it around the homestead to try and catch it, there's a good possibility that stress would just kill it. So you got to be very, very careful with rabbits. But now that Bill is gone, I think instead of trading for another doe, we'll probably trade for a buck, because with a different buck from a different bloodline, that will still change our bloodline here, and we can keep one of these teenagers a doe, so that we have this doe and mama doe. They're the same bloodline, but then we can breed the new buck not only with mama doe, but with this one, and that diversity of the buck will augment our bloodline just enough that we can now start a real good breeding program. Now, we'll continue getting outside does and bucks for breeding to keep that genetic diversity going on in the homestead. That has always been the plan, But things change, like you lose an animal and all of a sudden what you wanted to happen is not necessarily what's going to happen. But let's go over here and take a peek at the laying birds. Might get another peek of that doe. I'm assuming that that's a doe. I mean, the bucks don't have their antlers right now. It's a little early for them to even start getting their buttons, but I would assume it's a doe just because I don't know any better. But now that we're a little closer, it was right in there. The end of my wood pile is right here, and it was plugged right in. She's still over there? Missy said she's laying down on the wood line. I don't want to spook her because I want her to be comfortable here. So we'll kind of creep over there to see the chickens, and hopefully we won't spook her out. But she's definitely liking laying down in this area. Let's see what we can see, guys. All right, I'm not gonna get any closer than this because she was right back in there last night, and she came back today to lay there. So she's liking that bedding area, and we want to encourage that. So, and I did chicken chores this morning. I was in here. So she's feeling very, very comfortable. So I'm gonna keep my voice down. Hopefully you can hear me. And let's talk about chickens. You see, I moved their chicken hutch, and they're liking that new spot. They're doing really well here. And luckily for us, with this new netting, we haven't had any predator losses with our egg layers. They did go through a molt, and we were losing our egg production really, really badly. But they're back to 14 to 16 eggs a day, and they've got probably another, at least another solid year, if not 2 years, that they should be in full production, and then their egg production will start to wane off, at which point, I mean, this variety of birds, we have a mixed variety in this flock. They give us beautiful Easter eggs, colored eggs. We get white, we get brown, we get green, we get blue, we get speckled eggs. We get some really cool, interesting eggs from them. But we might go to a different breed that's a little bit more egg prolific as far as laying goes, but that's something for the future. And oh, I went up to the farm stand. Let me make sure I'm pointing in the right spot. Up to the farm stand up there the other day when I got home from being on the road. And as I walked up the ramp, 2 cats come scurrying out from the inside. They were either in there searching for food or searching for mice. And if they were searching for mice, then go right ahead. But we're gonna keep that door closed. There's no plants in there anymore, so we'll keep that door closed because I don't want them going in there and going to the bathroom and making our farm stand stink. Because pretty soon we're going to be putting the mini split on that and turning what was Missy's, sorry about the sun, guys, what was Missy's grow room into a cool room for vegetable storage, because we don't have a root cellar or a storm cellar here. that we can store that stuff in. So that is what we're gonna end up going with. I just want to see that deer over there again. It's over there somewhere. I almost thought when I saw it last night, because all I could see were the ears sticking up. As you guys might know, especially you hunters, some foxes have a pretty tall ear. And I said to Missy, I think that's a deer. So I said, let's watch it. And then it turned its head a certain way. And I said, oh, wait a minute, that could be a fox. Like, be a big old red fox. And it's scoping out our chickens. So I grabbed the old poo-poo and ran outside, because if it was a fox, we don't want predators stalking our chickens. But I got out to the gazebo, and then it lifted its head up like this to get a better look over the tall grass. And at that instant, I knew, okay, that's a deer. And it did. It got up, and it just kind of walked like it did today. And walked over there, and we got to watch it for quite a while. So super happy that that deer has made this its home. Now, if it starts getting in the garden, it'll go away. It'll go away before hunting season. I will just scare it away, because I'm not going to harvest a deer in the middle of summer because it's getting in our garden. I mean, I can. We have the cattle doctrine. I can protect my crops as well as my livestock. But I'd hate to harvest something and not be able to reap the benefits of that meat. And that meat would spoil so fast. There's just no getting away from it. So I would probably have to just scare it off, which would be unfortunate. So we will see how it behaves moving forward and see what's going on with that. But yeah, Bill, guys, bow your heads. Just give a thank you for old Bill. He did a good job while he was here. He gave us all of those teenagers that we have, and his first litter, which is already at freezer camp. So sad day for Missy on the homestead, but it is what it is, guys. I know everybody uses that saying, but it's true. So I think we're gonna leave it there. I think I'm gonna come back here because I want to keep an eye on Jason's blade as it's getting sharpened. So we'll just turn this back on, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye. He can. He'll probably.
No, let it do its thing, and then I'll
let it get bit